Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching me today. My name is Peter. Welcome back to Invest with Peter. So today I'm going to be talking about a different thing, concerning the market review, what has happened in the market, and probably what's going to happen next week. But before then, if you see me for the first time, my name is Peter. I bring all this, market review, my own strategy every week, once a week or probably once in 2 weeks. So please, if you've not subscribed, kindly subscribe to the channel, put your comment down below, and I'll definitely get back to you if you're asking me any questions. So today, there's something that happened in the market last week, and about Elon Musk, trying to cancel his Twitter bid and all that stuff. But we're going to talk about that again. To talk about Putin again. Putin says something that we need to be worried about again. I'm going to share it today, and I'm going to talk about all these platforms that are going bust left and right. Why you need to be very careful where you're going to put your money, or why you need to reconsider the place where you're buying your cryptocurrency and all that stuff, because this is all thing that happened in bear market. There's no way we ain't going to have people that are going to go bust during bear market. It happened in 2008, and it's still going to happen again. So we just need to be very careful. Now let's talk about my last video. In my last video, I was not telling people not to watch YouTube videos anymore. I'm not saying do not watch YouTubers this and that. I'm just telling you guys, or people who are listening to me, or people who watch me, that understand the person you're watching. If he is a day trader and you're watching this video and you are a long-term investor, it's going to affect you, because it's trying to, YouTubers are influencers, isn't it? So whatever they say influence what you buy in the market and all that stuff. So if you don't sit down, study who you're listening to, it's going to confuse you and make you to make wrong decisions in your investment. So that's why I said look out for your niche, understand what you're doing in the market. Are you a short-term investor? Are you a long-term investor? Are you someone that just want to day trade? Are you just there for a couple of years and all that stuff? So if you're a long-term investor, stick to long-term investors that are making YouTube and giving you advice. Though no one here on YouTube is allowed to give financial advice, but we just, whatever we say, I know, and we all know that influence what people buy and what people do in the stock market. So today, let's go back to the what I'm going to be talking about today. Let's go back to the potatoes and the meat side of it. So Putin actually won last week. He said in his review that he's not even started yet, that the war has not even started yet, that they're going to fight in Ukraine until the last Ukrainian man standing. So that means this guy is not ready to surrender, or is not ready to leave his positions he's holding in this country. So as a result of that, we don't expect the market to cool down easily like that. That's why I always tell people we are not at the bottom yet. There are still issues around, the world that's happening, that's still not giving us the green light that we are out of the wood yet. We are not out of the wood yet. That's why I say be careful. Dollar cost average, we are not out of the hood yet. We may say a bit of rally in a week and all that stuff, but don't think we'll be going up from there. So that's it about Putin. He's saying he's not ready to leave Ukraine at this point. He's fighting until the last Ukrainian man fight in Ukrainian in that country. So that's it. That means we can't still, overlook what's happening in Eastern Europe at this point. We need to be very careful and understand what we buy. Oil companies, oil stocks are still going to do better at this point, because the sanctions are not really because most of these sanctions are not really even affecting the Russians in particular. It's affecting the West Europeans and all that stuff. We are the one bearing the brunt, while Russians are getting the fuel for cheap and all that stuff. So we need to be very careful out there. And all that, also understand the stocks you're buying and the companies you're buying at this point. So the next one is Fed minute came last week or the other week, and it still probably emphasized what the market actually believe, what market actually is predicting, that we're going to have 75 basis point in July again. And if because CPI report is coming, June CPI will be coming out on Wednesday. That's next week Wednesday. This week Wednesday. So you need to be very careful. If the CPI come out very hot, that means expect market to go south. But if it comes as like people are predicting, that we probably have topped out at this point, so market will go rally again. But if it doesn't, then expect market to go down again, and that's what's going to signify what the FOMC are going to be talking about in their next meeting, which I think is a couple of days after the report comes out. So CPI report next week, watch out for that. And if I were you, I will be putting some cash aside just to take advantage if market goes down. If not, then, people are still mentioning recession left and right. So you don't want to jump in all in now. You want to DCA all through. If we go through recession, it's a good time to buy as well. So maybe companies going to go 90% down. Very good time to pick up some great companies. So also, Elon Musk says he's pulling out of Twitter deal. The $44 billion worth of deal is in jeopardy at this point. He said, well, Twitter board cannot actually answer his questions. He's asking them a couple of questions. One of them is, can you actually tell me, he was asking them that, can they tell him the number of fake accounts so that he's not going to buy a company that's got like 25% of fake accounts, and it's not right. So, but they can't give actually a report of numbers or how many millions of fake accounts. So these are the things that this guy is asking, and he's looking at how Twitter is going to be, marketable for him. So how he's going to generate revenue and all that stuff. But the board can't even answer most of these questions. They're just like, okay, don't worry. If you've already bid for this company, you have to go all in. But this guy is a very wise, investor. He wouldn't put his money when he knows he's not going to win at this point. So that's why we see, and that's why we saw Tesla rally last week. Not last week, during the closure on Friday, because of the news that came out. Tesla actually is the pre-market, post-market rather. Tesla is rallying 3-5% at this point. So, and I think Tesla is going to rally up until 800 this week. If the CPI report comes out very good, then expect Tesla to be in around $850. So if you're shorting Tesla, good luck with that at this point. So that's that. So there are some platforms that are going bust. Voyager, Celsius and all that stuff. See, this is the time where big companies, big platforms go bust. They go bust because they are over leveraged in the market. And this is what exposed them at this point. So be very careful where you're putting your money. The platform you're buying your crypto, be very careful. If you notice something going on, you better move your stuff into a cold wallet so that you'll be safe rather than sorry. Voyager is actually, they've got a court case at this point now, trying to pay the investor, then, pay their debtors and all that stuff. So it's a big mess at this point. So be very careful the platform you're using that's relating to crypto. And also, there's going to be, something has to give in. Something has to give in. Something always given during the bear market. And though, if you're careful, you won't be caught out. But if you're not, you're going to be left there hanging. So be very careful what platform you're buying stuff and all that stuff. So this week now, we expect CPI to come out, very, very good, because analysts were saying we've already topped out. So hopefully it comes out good. If it comes out good, expect the market to rally at this point. But it may be a short rally, but notwithstanding, we'll see some green. And FOMC, Jerome Powell saying, all right, so we've seen that, inflation is cooling off at this point. So they need to probably, I think we're going to have 75 basis points again, July. Then after July, we might have maybe September, August, we're going to have coming down to 50 basis points. And probably by December, we're going to have 25 basis points. But if CPI comes out worse than what the market is expecting, we might have, almost 1%,